Are you tired of wasting precious?
Yeah. The House Transportation Committee for February 27th, 2024 is now in session. Will the clerk please call the roll? It sounds like everybody's in a good mood this morning, thankfully. Please call the roll.
Representatives Burkhart, Butler, Camper, Carr, Cochran, Darby, Davis, Glenn, Grills, Harris, Hazelwood, Marsh, Martin, Pearson, Powell, Powers, Rudd, Russell, Sherrill, Towns, Whitson, Wright, Vice Chairman Vital, Chairman Howell. Mr. Chairman, you
Here.
have a quorum.
Thank you very much, Adam. Any personal orders from committee announcements? Representative Davis.
I just wanted to thank our illustrious chairman and then also Chair Lady Haynes. Well, actually Hazelwood, I think Esther might have had some involvement, but thank you so much for allowing us to start this morning at 8:30. I really appreciate it.
Well, it was
Wonderful.
Chair Lady Hazelwood's idea and the clerk gave permission, so we did it. Thank you very much. Members, we have 2 items on the calendar today, followed by a presentation. I think you're going to really enjoy this information. It's going to be brief, so we'll get you out of here by 9 a.m. when the other committee comes in. But let's go first to our calendar, which I have misplaced. And we have number 1, House Bill 2827 by Leader Camper. Have a motion. I have a second. Leader Camper, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Representative Towns was distracting me. Members, this is a veterans license bill. You all may remember years ago, we had, Purple Heart veterans and disabled veterans were authorized to receive 2 license plates. And I think it was in 2014 that was taken away. And what this is trying to do is restore that. So it will authorize and provide for Purple Heart or disabled veterans to be issued 2 license plates free of charge, effective July 1st of 2024.
All right, committee, you've heard we have a question on the bill called. Did I get a second? I didn't hear it. We have a second. We are voting without objection. All in favor of House Bill 2827, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. Ayes have it. Your bill goes to finance, Leader Camper.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you
and
so
committee.
much. The next bill happens to be mine, so I will turn the gavel over to Vice Chairman Vital, and you're in charge, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have House Bill 2305. 2305 by Howell. We have a motion in the second. Chairman Howell, will you present your bill?
Thank you very much. House Bill 2305 was brought to me by the County Clerks Association. It tightens up a loophole regarding antique or vintage license tags. The bill requires a regular, identifiable, traceable license plate to be on the vehicle, the antique vehicle, if it is being driven on our roads. The antique tag can then be placed on the vehicle when it's parked at the road show or the antique car show. And if the vehicle is being trailered, the antique tag can stay on the car, but just when it's being on the roads. Be glad to take any questions.
Questions been called? Seeing none, we will be voting on House Bill 2305. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Ayes have it. House Bill 2035 goes to calendar and rules. 2305.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. We have Representative Townsend.
Thank you, sir. Is commerce going to be delayed by 30 minutes, or they're going to be in at the same time?
No, we're going to be done by 9.
Okay, they're coming in at the same time then. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. We're now going to go out of session because we have some visitors with us today. We have with us Mr. Evan Shelley and Mr. Hunter Shear, and they're ready to go at the table. They're going to present us with some information with regard to truck parking. It's the Truck Parking Club. As you know, committee, truck parking, interstate truck parking, semi-trucks is a major issue along our interstates and state roads. And I heard about this a few weeks ago, and I thought it'd be good to bring this information to the committee. So without further delay, we will ask Mr. Evan Keller and Shelley, rather, and Mr. Hunter Shear to give us their presentation, and then we'll have some questions. You're recognized.
Thank you very much for having us, guys. I'm Evan Shelley, co-founder and CEO of Truck Parking Club.
I'm Hunter Shears, Chief Growth Officer, Truck Parking Club.
So Truck Parking Club helps to provide parking for truckers by monetizing vacant properties for landowners. Can you guys see this okay? Let me see. Okay.
We've created a great solution for a large problem that all of y'all are aware of, that's growing at a rapid pace while he's getting that ready. Just like. Okay, no, he's got me on now. So it is a great solution that we've created in a short amount of time, a little over a year. And starting, the concept is basically, most of y'all understand Airbnb. If you've got an additional home, vacation home, secondary home, just an investment, you put it on. Same with parking lots. You control the price, you control all the aspects of it. So that's the basic concept of it, and it's growing from coast to coast currently with 271 locations in the last 14 months. Evan, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. All right. So the truck parking problem, it's a growing problem across the U.S. Currently, there's about 313,000 truck parking spaces across the U.S. We're looking at a 600,000 parking space shortage. And the average trucker takes 60 minutes to find parking on average every single day. When they're going to look for parking, when their 11 hours is up, it is taking about 60 minutes to find parking. And why are we in this situation? Why is there a problem between zoning, development, NIMBY, local constraints, and just general cost and time for development? That's why we're here today. So what are the solutions? Obviously, you guys are well aware of some of the bills that are going through federal, state, local dollars that are being built for public truck parking, like rest areas. That's costing about $150,000 to $200,000 per space on average, all across the U.S., and typically years to be able to build. Then you have private truck parking. You have private developers that are going out and buying and building land all across the U.S. Still, traditional real estate development takes years to build and millions of dollars, but still is a part of the solution. And then the other part of the solution is leveraging existing space, like trucking companies with extra space in their yard, tow truck companies, truck repair shops. There's a lot of existing space out there across Tennessee and across the United States of America. I want to show you guys a little video. I pulled it up here. It's a 90-second video that shows you what Truck Parking Club does.
Are you tired of wasting precious time and fuel searching for truck parking? Say goodbye to the endless circling and stress.
It's not coming through. I wonder if the unfortunately,
Are you
yeah, I have it pulled up on YouTube, but I guess that's might be a problem with. Huh?
Do you have a way to turn up? Anybody in control of the?
Can't see the video.
The video is not coming up on that screen. It's up on my screen. It's not up on that screen. I don't know if that's. All right. Well, that's fine. If it won't come up, it won't come up. So.
Try it again.
Yeah, the browser, it is up. It seems like it's blocking anything that's not the PowerPoint. I think maybe AV has it blocked or something. Yeah, I bet AV. Yeah, understood. Understood. Okay, so, okay, great. Yeah.
tired of wasting precious time and
Can you
fuel
just play the,
searching for
oh, you're
truck
doing
parking?
that. Okay.
Say goodbye to the endless circling and stress.
Can you hear the audio, members?
Truck Parking Club. It's like the Airbnb of truck parking. Truck Parking Club is the ultimate solution for truckers. Designed to make your life on the
I don't
road
believe
easier.
it's effective. I
With
don't
our
think we're hearing
extensive
anything. Maybe we
network
could
of
just
truck
go to the
parking
Q&A and you could.
locations,
Yeah,
finding
so
a
I-
spot to
Same
park
we have a
your
couple
rig is
slides
now
left.
faster,
Okay.
more
And
convenient than ever.
we'll take any questions that you guys have. All right. All right. Seems like the the computer's just frozen up at this point. All right, so I'm just going to go through a couple more things here. So our business model, Truck Parking Club, we have 270 locations across the U.S. We add new locations every day. In the last couple of weeks, we've added 500 new truck parking spaces all across the U.S. That would typically cost $100,000 to $200,000 per space. You're looking at $50 to $100 million that we created in a couple of weeks with no real estate development, no cost associated.
There we go.
The computer's kind of doing it on its own at this point. Oh, that's AV. I got you. So 270 locations across the U.S. We're a two-sided marketplace and a fully self-service app. There we go. Excellent. And we park thousands of trucks safely a month at this point, and we're growing rapidly all across the U.S., including Tennessee. We currently have 18 locations in Tennessee. So what do we need? We don't need money. We don't need tax dollars. We're a part of the solution, and we need more awareness. We need people just like you all that are very involved with transportation across the state of Tennessee to talk with everyone you know and let people know about what we're doing. We're not just talking. This is not an idea. This is not theory. We're parking thousands of trucks a month right now. It'll soon be tens of thousands of trucks parked safely all across the U.S., including Tennessee. And why do we want this? We all want this. Safety for all truck drivers, to get them off of the on-ramps and off-ramps and shoulders of interstates and highways all across Tennessee and all across the U.S. Thank you, guys. Any questions?
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, we've got several questions. I just want to say, first of all, it's refreshing to have a witness come and say they don't want any money and they don't want any taxes. I think that's the first time I've heard that. I think your concept is really unique, and I applaud you guys for thinking it up. It's amazing. But as was said, I'm sure we have some questions. So let's start with the man who knows a little bit about trucking, and that's Speaker Marsh.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think this is a great concept, and I've not heard of it. And there is a horrible truck parking problem out there, and see trucks all over the interstate, all over the exit ramps and on ramps, and our guys, they have to get off and park, or they run out of driving hours. So they're breaking the law if they don't park. About how long does it take to go on the app and find a place to park, and how much does it cost?
A couple minutes on average to get on the app and book. And it's kind of the Amazon one-click effect. After you book the first time, it takes 30 seconds to get on the app and book. It's finding the right location for you and getting booked. Typically, drivers will book a few hours in advance before they get there, show up at the site, and then they have a space available, which ultimately gets them further down the road. As I mentioned, 60 minutes on average to find parking. Our goal is to get that down to 10 minutes or less on average, which ultimately will help our, the backbone of the economy, the supply chain trucking. What it costs on average, it really just depends. But on average, $15, $20 per day on average. But if that gets you 50 more minutes down the road, what's that worth?
Follow up?
Yes, sir. And do you normally have facilities close by when they park, or is that considered restrooms or restaurants?
Yeah, so every single location in itself is unique. Some locations are high security facilities with all the amenities, showers, restrooms, et cetera. Some locations are empty lots where guys go and drop trailers and then bobtail to, live a relatively normal life or have a normal afternoon like someone would that didn't have a tractor trailer. And then we have everything in between, locations that may have showers, may have restrooms, maybe across the street from a pilot. Really just depends. Thank you.
Representative Pearson.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you for those questions too, Speaker Marsh. My brother owns a trucking company, and so I'm very interested in sort of this idea. But from your own research in Tennessee, how many sort of available spaces do we have, or that could possibly be utilized to help to address this problem for us specifically? Do you know that?
So we have 18 locations now. I suspect there's hundreds available that we could put on our platform, resulting in tens of thousands of spaces all across the state of Tennessee. And we're actively doing that. That's why we're here. We're here to talk with you guys and let you know what we're doing and that we're executing on that. And the more awareness and education about what we're doing and what we're pushing every single day will help us create more parking in real time all across the state of Tennessee.
Follow up?
Is there a cost to be on the platform?
No cost.
Okay.
Pay per use.
Follow up?
Yes. And last question, there's no new development of parking places or facilities as it relates to this, because the only concern that's coming to my mind is now with this idea of people going into communities, buying up land and space, paving it and saying, I've got a parking spot now. And they haven't received approval, haven't gone through any communication with folks in the communities in which those new parking lots in essence would be created, but they'd be doing it for some financial benefit.
Yeah, that's a great question. So we leverage existing space that's being used in some form of logistics or transportation. Think a trucking company with extra space in their yard, a tow truck company with extra space in their yard, a truck repair shop with extra space in their yard. We leverage existing space that's already properly zoned.
Follow up?
Yep. Last question here. So you leverage existing spaces. That's great to hear. And that's exclusive. There wouldn't be another time or period where you all would be supporting someone creating a new development or something outside of zoning. You right now, you only exclusively are working with people who have infrastructure already set up for this, and that's not going to change in the foreseeable future.
Correct. We will never own any of those locations. We will never support truck parking in residential areas. We will only support locations that are suitable for truck parking that are already being leveraged in some way for transportation or logistics.
Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
Representative Towns?
Chairman, thank you, and committee Leader Marsh, thank you also for your testimony. Obviously, it's a great idea, and obviously, we love our truckers. I think COVID showed us just how critical, our truck drivers are. As I was coming in from the west this week, yesterday, there was a stoppage because a truck had flipped over on the opposite side. Well, anytime there's a wreck, you see just how many trucks are on our highway. More trucks than cars. There are plenty of trucks. This is an idea that should have been, maybe 10 years ago, because they're growing and growing and growing. And the recycling of existing space absolutely is smart. Now, as my Shelby County colleagues stated, obviously the concern would be we don't want it to be in neighborhoods, because on trucks, you have all kinds of stuff on trucks. Corrosive, medical use, food, everything's on the truck. We know that. But to recycle the usable spaces out there now, I think it's just a wise idea. But I don't see how you guys are going to park a truck for $15.
We're doing it.
Man, that's really, that's really good.
Yeah.
$15, 15, $20, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. We're doing it
Okay.
thousands of times a month at this point.
That's absolutely excellent, And the fact of it is that in Shelby County, or just say not Shelby County, in Tennessee, how many spaces, if you can tell me, don't want to put you on the spot, how many spaces are we short, you think, in Tennessee? I know Tennessee 40 is a thoroughway going across the country. I know it's a lot that comes through there, okay? But what do you think we're short?
I don't have enough information to adequately answer that question, but I would say, I was driving west on 24 this morning about 5 a.m. and
Wow.
there was a lot of trucks on the on-ramps and off-ramps of the rest areas, and we're working very hard to provide a solution for that.
Well, and we're here to help you, because it needs to be done for the safety of the community and the safety of the truckers, and we definitely want them to be arrested, because this is a major, and they do an excellent job. You don't hear of a lot of accidents with truckers. It's mainly regular guys and gals who drive like me, all the accidents, but truckers, they do a good job, and we're really indebted to them in this country for what they do to keep this country going. So high kudos on the idea, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Representative Glenn?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you all for being here. I recently broke into the trucking business about 3 months ago.
So you
I broke in a truck about 3 months ago. I recently broke into the, Jesus Christ. What are we gonna do with this guy? About 3 months ago. And so I think this concept is really a great solution to the trucking problem. So my question is, how do you, so I go on the app and I reserve a spot.
Correct.
Or find wherever you may have a trucking spot. And how do you make sure that I have that spot when I get there? Unlike a rest stop, I'm assuming, where a truck just pulls up and get wherever the open space is at.
Mm-hmm.
How do you assure that I have that spot if it's just an open truck area?
Yeah, so these are private lots typically owned by, truck companies, tow truck companies, truck repair shops. And there's always a number of spaces allocated to Truck Parking Club, and we always make sure nearly half our team is hired former drivers. We have a driver-centric culture. We are not in the business of reserving parking and drivers showing up and having a bad experience and not being able to get parking. So we do everything in our power to mitigate anything like that ever happening. And it's essentially a non-event at this point. Thousands of bookings a month, and it rarely ever happens.
Follow up.
So it rarely happens that a trucker would show up and
No.
there's not the spot that they reserved 15 minutes ago.
Correct.
That spot will be there.
100%.
Okay. Are you going to be at any rest stops, or are you strictly private land, leased land, or something like that?
Yeah, so we have a feed into our app that shows availability at rest areas across 150 locations in 8 states. We're more than happy to bring on, as you guys do availability at your rest areas, to show that for free on our app, no charge to drivers. But as far as reserving at rest areas, it's pretty complex, and I think at this point, it's not something that's ever been done. More than happy to look into that, but right now we're just very focused on existing space.
Last question.
Yes.
About how truckers like convenience. We all like convenience, right? So we like to be able to come off the highway and, there's a spot or, within the first half a mile. What are you looking at in terms of how far off the highway, the main road, are the trucks are you looking at lease space? Is it 2 miles, 5 miles, or?
Yeah, so most of our locations are just off interstates. And to be clear, we don't lease or buy any space. We just use existing space that business owners and property owners have. But what we've found is even in rural areas, drivers will pay a little money for peace of mind. There may be existing space, but you don't know if you're going to wake up to a boot. You're not going to. You don't know if you're going to wake up to a tow truck, a guy banging on your door. They'd rather know that this is a Truck Parking Club verified location. I pay $5 or $10 in rural America, and I can sleep the whole night not worrying about something happening to me or my truck.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you all. If I go on the app and I'm looking for a spot and I can't get it, I'm coming to find you. But thank you.
I can assure you. Tell them to call me.
Leader Camp.
Take care of you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate, gentlemen, what you're doing. I don't have a trucking business, but I did want to buy a lot so people could park. My question's been answered. I'm looking at your website. But thank you for all the hard work
Okay.
you're doing. I appreciate it. And
Appreciate
thanks
it
for
very
sharing.
much. Thank you.
Representative Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, gentlemen. This is, I think, a really smart idea. So my question is, do you have plans for scalability? Because I feel like this is going to blow up. And so I just want to ask that question. Are y'all prepared for a large increase or a large volume?
We're growing extremely fast, and we're prepared to grow as fast as we need to help make a significant impact on the truck parking shortage across Tennessee and the United States.
Representative Hazelwood.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I guess 2 questions, if you don't mind. One related to Representative Davis's question just now. So what happens if I go on the app and there is, no parking available? How far out does the search go? And so am I just out of luck that night, or how does that work?
It's an extremely user-friendly app. You're going to be able to see if there's parking around you at this point. We have 270 locations across the U.S. Our goal is 10,000. We're just getting started.
And my other question, where are you headquartered?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I thought so. All right.
Representative Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to say how much I love America, where capitalism rules and reigns and people get the opportunity to create something. So I'm just proud to be a capitalist in America. My question for you is this. Do y'all have competition yet? Because you know it's coming. Are you the only one?
Companies have tried this in the past, and it's like Google wasn't the first search engine. But we have a great team, and we work extremely hard, and we're driver centric, and we have the flywheel going, and we're not looking in the rearview mirror. We're just going as fast as we can forward to make an impact on the truck parking shortage.
Speaker Marsh.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I just want to I appreciate you being here. And with big fleets, we don't pay our drivers to park. So this is going to be different that right now they can park in Walmart lots, or they park on the side of the interstate, which sometimes it's illegal. They park in the areas where they're going to deliver or pick up. And I just wonder if Walmart's going to get involved in charging for people parking in their lots. Some places we're parking now for free are going to start charging. And if in the truck stops, if you go in and buy fuel, you can park free. And in the state truck parking on the side of the roads, in the legal lots, we park free. So it's sort of going to be different on fleet. So our drivers are going to be saying, "Will you pay me to park?" And we're like, "No, that we don't do that." And so it's going to cut into their weekly pay if they have to pay themselves. So it's got a little hiccup in it with us.
Yeah, understood. So you mentioned the Walmarts, for example. Some of them allow free parking. A lot of them, you wake up to a boot or a ticket or a tow, and that's becoming a significant issue. And what we're doing is we're not in the business of taking free parking and turning it into paid parking. We're going and finding existing space with a trucking company such as yours that has extra space, and they're open to offering that up to drivers to give them a safe place to park. And also what we're finding is that if a carrier realizes that they can get their driver 50 more minutes down the road to a place that they know they can get parked, they will pay for that because it's worth more than $20 to them. Yeah.
Representative Towns, we got about 3 minutes.
No problem. Look, I know you guys are trying to scale up to 10,000. So, and you don't know where all the available spaces are in the country, I'm sure. So do you have a mechanism where people could call in if they wanted to tell you where a space was here and there that would help you all accelerate what it is that you're doing?
Yeah, so we do have a referral program that you can go and refer spaces. I mean, for a forum like this, the easiest thing to do is to call our 24/7 customer service line made up of former truckers, 888-899-PARK, 888-899-7275. Call in and refer a property. But it's made up of former truckers. So when you call in, you're talking to someone who may have been on the road just a few months prior.
Okay. And I did find two in my district. I have two existing as we speak in my district in Shelby County. So thanks again.
Excellent. Thank you.
We're out of time, but I did want to ask one final question about the app. Do you get that from the App Store on your phone? Is it
Yes.
downloadable from the App Store?
Yes, it's on all the app stores, and it works very well on a browser from your desktop.
Okay. And for anybody watching the streaming and want more information, give us your website.
Truckparkingclub.com.
Very good. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate the information. Congratulations, and especially in my area of the state in Chattanooga, and Chairlady Hazelwood, that's her hometown. We are adjourned without objection.
Thank you.
Thank you.